Hello Aquarius, welcome to the Black Hearted Oracle. Before we get started, I'd like to pay homage and reverence to Mother Sustainer, Father Creator, and of course my beautiful ancestors. Now Aquarius, what you see laid before you is part 3 of your 4-part video series. And this one is obstacles to walking your path. Okay, let's get started. The first message comes from the Shadow and Light deck, and it's number 2, and it's Fairy of the Divine Hand, Intoxication, Distorted View, Overindulgence. It says, the true gift she offers is awareness of what you are denying. Thank her for pointing out your addictive tendencies, acknowledge their power. Support for living in clear, bright ways don't leave you feeling drained, disorientated, or disenchanted. Underneath this apparently harmless fun, spending, partying, distraction, and temptation lie disorientation and fear, and things may appear to be quite different than how they truly are. Do you begin to see what will take place if you continue down this path? If you sugarcoat the possibilities of where this may end, do not push down the feelings and warnings you have. Come a little closer and look. What seems such a small thing may indeed change lives. Connect with your deeper wisdom. Decide whether you will join in with what is tempting you, whether you will watch a while longer and make the wise decision instead. A red flag has just gone up. Your higher self, your clear sight, wants you to stop and think before simply taking this wonderful temptation someone is offering you. A secretive relationship, sex before you're ready, or behaving in ways that are unsafe and disrespectful, speaking harmful words or thoughts that could scar people for a long, long time. Clear message to stop and truly look at what is taking place. Know now that one of your fiercest addictions is seeking you out. This is an opportunity to escape. This is not an opportunity to escape. This is your chance to break free. The next message you have is vulnerability, and it says, open your heart, allow yourself to be tender. The first message is from the Sacred Vision deck. And it is Vision, number 16. It says, heaven is where you find it. And it says, the question is no longer how did we get here and why, but where do we go and how. We are placed on the path of life to experience, interact with, and be challenged by its dangers. Paradise is not a place, but a state of mind. We must heed the advice to stop and smell the roses, for it is possible that in our fever to search for the elusive, we sacrifice our Garden of Eden for one tree. It is not so much in what you see, but the way in which you see it. Are you flying above your life, unaware of your true reality? The feathers you hold are not your own. They are a gift that must be returned one day. Like the dream catcher and the medicine wheel, they hold change. New colors become brilliant and luminous as your journey, and you wear the feathers of distinction, the mark of a seasoned and soulful traveler. Your hands reach out to hold back illusions. Heaven is before you. Your dreams are coming true. The next one that you have is Passion, and it's number 21. And it says, when you are down, look up. Take time to appreciate and enjoy the sweetness of life. Light the fires of passion in your belly and in your heart. When you are down, you may have to look up for inspiration. You may have to look at your life in a new way and make some sacrifices to gain the treasures that are waiting for you. Are you holding yourself back? Sing and chant and listen to the music of nature. Heal your negative feelings. Remember that in the darkest of night, you can see the most stars. The bright scarlet of the macaw burns brightly from the black landscape. Like her, you are always in a state of becoming. And at times, it will feel as though your path is completely obscured. But fear not. Your journey is one of spirit, and the light of your heart's desires can always guide the way. Remember that you are very strong and have all you need to see your journey to its end. Even when your trail winds through a mysterious landscape, embrace the life of a wanderer, finding oceans of joy in the unknown path to the next horizon. Find a different kind of security, one that is deep within your heart, in a place of peace and well-being. It is your treasure of your hero's journey. The next message is moonlighting. And it says, you can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. The next one you have is Empress. And it says, lavish abundance. Give birth to your dreams. Nurture yourself and others. The next one you have is 30, and it's Rabbit, and it's don't box yourself in. Try a vegetarian diet. Astora, and she also represents Easter, which is the goddess of Astora, springtime. The moon, Native American and Hindu and China goddesses. And it says leaps and bounds in endeavors. Fertility, a new life. Plan wisely. Recheck. Oh, these are more goddesses. Freya, Hermes, and Androstate. I'm not sure who that is. And you have 39 from the Black-Hearted Oracle, and it says, only a fool breaks their own heart. And it says, sometimes we get stuck in self-delusion and or self-destructive cycles. We get comfortable with the patterns that do not serve us, paying the all too high cost of our joy, happiness, and peace of mind. So come on and be the fool and start a new journey, even if it calls for you to break your own heart. So exactly, there's many cards that speak of fertility and a new beginnings. But just as you're here and you're being distorted by old patterns that aren't serving you anymore, just as in this card speaks and this one, it's time for you to be vulnerable, to break out of the status quo of what you're used to and try to find something new. Because the goddess and the empress gives birth to a new life. And the fertility for new beginnings are here for you, but you have to be careful. You have to know what is your passion and what vision do you seek for yourself now that you're at this vulnerable state of a new beginning. And if this is dealing with your work, then what this is saying is on your downtime, the time that you do have, if you're stuck in a job that you hate, on those times that you do have, the ones that you would spend normally watching TV or talking on the phone, or, use those to fund a new career. Like, give that energy to a life that you really want in the part-time, and then it can end up being your full-time. But you have to make sure that you're seeing clearly and that you know exactly what this vision that you're coming into, because it seems like there's some diluted thinking, and you are not in a state of being vulnerable so that you can create whatever these passions are. The first card you have is Destiny, and you receive the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the Four of Wands. And Destiny says, together we are stronger than alone. Take a risk. Dare to have your life the way you decide. Are you willing to make sacrifices to have what you desire? What tools do I need to form my own destiny? Am I ready for my destiny? True love, taking a stand, positive omen, radical thinking, deep satisfaction, ability to change, love, pathway, and faith. So, I mean, there's many ways that you can read this, but what you can say is if you're having a problem with your home, a move would be something that works out best in your favor, because this card speaks of movement. This is swift, fast movement. So, and this is the happy home. So in order to find your wish fulfillment, maybe a move would get you there. And this would be a part of your destiny. You know? Or maybe it's saying quickly moving towards your wish fulfillment will give you this destiny that you're in seek of, which is a happy home. But then again, if this is obstacles, right, to walking your path, and it's more about, you know, the intoxication, then what this is saying is that, you know, being that this is also overindulgence, it can be, and this is a person who's in and out, and who has turned his back on his home. And maybe that's what is standing in your way of your destiny. But it's time for you to see clearly. Because if you look at her eyes on this side, they're brown eyes to me. So I view them more as more stable. You know, and this one that's covering her real eye is blue. So this is more into the watery emotions. But, you know, it's a distorted view because it's not a stable view. Perfection. You have death. The Six of Pentacles with the Three of Wands. The Star. And the Eight of Wands. Eight of Pentacles, sorry. Okay, perfection. This card indicates protection and an inner conflict between wanting to look good and having compassion for others. Remain kind and unattached to an outcome. Being right and letting others know that you are right may not support the understanding you desire. It says, I have the same high standards for myself as I have for others. Are you being too hard on yourself and consequently on others? Begin to look for what's right and good in your world, and you will see it. Where am I presently focusing? Knowing what's right and telling others about it may not be the best way of being. Alienating others, feeling alienated, seeking perfection, deeply desiring love, transformation ahead, uniqueness, friendship, and acceptance. Okay, so if you're at a point where you're always seeking perfection from somebody, you know, you're always holding them to a higher standards than you hold yourself, and it's not balanced because you're always seeking perfection, but yet still you're the one who's at least, even though you're the one that's giving, you're giving 3 here, you're giving 2 here, but you have 1. So, I mean, are you abundant in things but lacking in spiritual equilibrium? Well, if you are, and that's what's happening, there's going to become a death to that. The unequal give and take, and you always seeking outside of yourself for this perfection. You know, there's going to become a healing, because you have to remember this star card is also Aquarius. So through you working on this, you know, and maybe because your work, you don't think it's perfect as well, is that you're not ready to put it out there. But there's going to become a death and transformation to this. And you're going to get the equal give and take that you're looking for. And you're going to wait on your ships to come in, but during that time, you're going to go through the healing that you need to do and perfect these stars. Workaholic, the Magician, the Five of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. It says, here is the earthy brown of creation mixes with inspirational violet. This card indicates one of the most powerful manifestation energies. Now you are very prolific. If what you are creating stalls, you may need to recharge. Know your limits. Exactly. So it's telling you that right now that you're at such a powerful state of manifesting whatever you want. But be careful not to be stuck in this workaholic stage and neglecting your life. All right? It says, while I work, my life happened. It says, are you waiting to complete your career before you live your life? Busy work may be helping you hide your real issues. Am I working too hard and suffering from burnout? Is there something important that I'm avoiding doing? Feelings of inadequacy. Transformation indicated. Not being fulfilled by work. Heeding warnings. Refreshing your mind to improve your work. Talent, fun, and friends. So exactly, you're suffering from burnout, and what this is causing you to be is in a state of being like miserable. So you're walking on eggshells because you're tired, because you're so desperate to manifest, to manifest your destiny and this happy home. But you need to do the resting. There needs to be a transformation to the seeking of perfection, because what it's doing is keeping you having distorted visions. But you have the ability right now to create whatever it is that you want. But you do have to get focused. You have to get focused. Because you're overdoing it for yourself, and you can't create which you receive the Empress and the Magician, which to me they're both counterparts because they're both into manifesting their destinies. But if you are overdoing it and your life is slipping you by, then what's important to you is going to be causing you arguments and battles all around you because you're more focused on this pentacle. But you need to go through this transformation and this healing, Aquarius. And while you may desperately need to, do this work, on your downtime, do something else that, includes your passion. And also is a vision for the future of something that you don't have to overwork yourself on. Lastly, you receive passion again. The Devil, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Hangman, the Victory, and the Queen of Swords. It says, this card indicates creative focus and the ability to ignite the passion necessary to manifest what you desire. The power of Amber is that focused emotion can create anything, for it brings the gift of emotional discipline. It says, I quietly sizzle and shine. You are correct to feel passionate about your position. Follow your instincts, for you know intuitively what is right for you. Are my actions supporting my real passion? What am I willing to stand for? Follow your passion, being authentic, taking a stand for yourself, being acknowledged, feeling ostracized by family, friends, being emotionally centered, strong feminine energy, a happy outcome, passion, bravery, and royalty. So now it's telling you that anyhow, Aquarius, you choose to stand in your passions instead of just working for work's sakes, you know, battling out no matter what, desperately seeking this financial opportunity that has you in a state of being distorted. And if you can put these to rest, right, and seek your healing, stand firmly in these magician energies and your empress energies, then you can get rid of these devil energies, because this is anything that looks good, smells good, feels good, but in the end they destroy us. You know, if you could put an end to this through this death and transformation of these devil energies, what will happen is you'll get to this 10 of cups. And what's missing here out of this 10 and 4 of cups, of this not wanting this opportunity, is that anything from the past that is stuck in these devil energies, you're not going to want to accept. Because you're going to have to look at things from a different perspective in order to get your victory, by cutting out anything that does not serve you any longer. Anything that is a hindrance to this 4 of cups, to your vision and to your passion, to you seeing how perfect you want your life to be. You're going to break your own heart and cut it out. And do the work necessary to gain your victory while you wait on your ships to come in. Happily. And even though this might be a vulnerable state to be in, it is still your destiny. Now, Aquarius, I thank you so much for coming to the Black-Hearted Oracle. I pray that these messages found you well. And I pray that you find your higher self in the quiet places. And may Ma'at hold you in her loving grace. Ashe.